Bonjour, bottoms. I interviewed one of my dear friends, Swann Périssé. I know I'm not pronouncing it correctly because she's huge in France, and that's not a euphemism. She's a massive celebrity in France. But we knew each other from doing open mics in New York City like 8 years ago, maybe 9 years ago. And then we both separately blew up on the internet. And isn't that amazing? Isn't that so crazy? And I met with her for the first time in like 9 years, and it was amazing. It was heartwarming. I cried, and she's on the podcast. And I'm just really excited to share this with you. And if you are in France, go follow her. She's touring right now. An incredible show. She has billboards of herself around Paris. It's so incredible to see, and I'm so proud of her. And then as always, I'm on tour. I am going to Spokane, Washington, Appleton, Wisconsin, and then patreon.com/WHGS. You can watch bonus episodes. You can write in your stories and we react to them. And you can just know that it really does help, and you can donate as little as $1, give this $1 a month. So give back to this thing that, fills your hour commute. Think of it as just $1 extra on top of that gas to get you where you're going. We would really appreciate it. It helps the team so much. Not just me, but Alex and our co-hosts and Pierce and everybody that works here. And my girlfriend. If you think Jen's hot, give us $1, okay? That makeup ain't paying for itself.
Listener, this episode is brought to you by Helix. I love my Helix mattress. I've been sleeping on it for 3 years now, and I'm getting the best sleep of my life. Well, the reason the Helix is giving me such good sleep is I went to helixsleep.com/gaysex, and I took their 2-minute quiz, and it matched me with the perfect mattress for me. And if you're worried, don't just take my word for it. Helix has been awarded the #1 mattress picked by GQ and Wired magazine, and is even recommended by multiple leading chiropractors and doctors of sleep medicine as a go-to solution for improving your sleep. Helix is offering up to 30% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners. Go to helixsleep.com/gaysex. That's helixsleep.com/gaysex. This is their best offer yet, and it won't last long. With Helix, better sleep starts now.
I've been trying to have a foursome forever now. I had a foursome, but I was very young. And now I want a real foursome because I know how to make sex, But it's very complicated to organize. First of all, I can't organize a date with people I've already had sex with. And I've noticed that it's complicated. I've noticed also that the guys I sleep with and they want me to sleep with other people and I want to sleep with other people, they're expecting me to organize this because I'm famous. And I think that after my shows, everybody wants to sleep with me.
Oh my God, this is so exciting.
This is crazy.
I've been thinking about this for years.
Really?
Yeah.
That's true. We've tried to do that, across
but I'm so glad we're doing it in person.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And now I can say a couple of the thoughts I've been holding in all day.
All right.
Okay, so just for the internet, I've known Swann for several years, but we only hung out for like a few weeks because you came to America to really, study stand-up comedy.
Yes.
In English.
Was, I guess 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Or 8 years ago, something like that.
8 years ago, I was in one of the happiest points of my life with stand-up comedy because I just booked my first TV appearance, which I thought mattered.
Yeah.
And so I was really excited about that. And then I met you and I was like, oh my God, she is like one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life. I loved you immediately.
I remember I loved you too.
Yeah. I was like, I said to my friends, I was like, it's so crazy because if we lived in the same country, I think we'd be best friends.
Yeah. Also, we hung out and we wrote jokes together.
Yeah, we wrote jokes together.
And we were going to creepy places we had to pay to be able to perform stand-up comedy. And then I went back to France.
Yeah. And then, but the most amazing, well, first of all, I don't even understand what you do because I can't speak French at all. But everything you post, you're just, no matter what you do, you are funny. I watched you in your stories. You're at the beach. The way you move is just so funny. Like when you post that when you're at the climbing gym. I don't know if you were trying to be impressive, but it was so funny.
I'm very upset, but
no, I kept watching and I was like, oh, it's good. You're also so short, so I imagine it's really difficult
Well,
for you?
actually, I do stand-up comedy, and for a few years I was working on my comedy, and I was just like, stand-up comedy is just about writing and about jokes and about how you put words, blah blah blah. And
No.
then I freed myself from that,
Yeah.
because I did my show and I became kind of famous in France.
You're
and-
being modest. You're very famous in France.
Thank you. And so now when I'm on stage, of course, I do the best jokes that I can. I put a lot of work into my writing, but I also do mime and I move
Yeah.
my body
Yeah.
and I do faces.
Yeah.
It's very clowny. I don't
Yeah.
know if I can say that in
Yeah,
English,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it looks like a very physical theater, because I used to, like a long time ago, I did a theater school, the theater, and I was just learning how to mime things, etc. And it's a lot in my act outs. And sometimes some people who are abroad come to my show and they laugh because
You're just funny.
Yeah, I'm crazy.
You're just funny.
Thank
So
you.
I don't know if any of you can speak French. I don't know how many people, but apparently a lot of people know both of us because when we posted
Yeah,
that you're going to be opening for me, which is an honor.
So I wanna explain to people what's happening. So Ashley and I, we hung out, we got along, we loved each other, we wrote jokes together. Then we kept in touch, but not calling each other every year. We were just following each other on the social media, and I felt lots of love for you, and you did the same. And I saw that you were touring in Europe recently, and you asked me to open for your show in France. And right now I came to London just to hang out with you and your girlfriend.
I know.
And
I didn't even say that part.
Yeah. And because you made it, kind of. I mean, you have followers now and you have your own audience in the US. And I did in France too. So I'm so happy to.
I know. And we were saying at lunch, like, it's so, I don't know if it's emotional for you, but it's emotional for me to just, I don't know. It gives me like sorry, I've been crying a lot lately. It just gives me like some hope, that a really genuinely talented, sorry, I'm weeping now, like a genuinely talented person like made it.
Yeah.
And you're a good person.
Also, I really believed in you.
I know, I believed in you too. And then it's like, people are
so
gonna be like, what is wrong with that?
Like, you have to imagine, guys, like 10 years ago, we were so broke.
Yeah.
We were so lame.
We were bad.
Yeah, we were so
really
bad.
We were
But we
genuinely
loved
bad.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we loved writing comedy and.
But you also see something in somebody.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I know she can make it. I hope she makes it.
And we were passionate.
Yeah,
we were
really
passionate. We were doing those creepy jokes.
You met my mom.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, you met my mom. Because I was
Is she
living
gonna
at
be
home.
upset that
I
I
was
don't
literally living at home. And you
Were
came
you?
over and we wrote jokes together. I don't know if you remember that, but
I don't remember that. I remember that you were in a. Maybe it's when I came back a few years after. I came back
I moved
to shoot a documentary about comedy.
Yeah.
And you were living in a beautiful place.
It was
not
much
your mom's.
better than living with my mom.
Yeah.
Well, I had saved up all this money from living with my mom.
Yeah.
And then I moved into an apartment because of a girl. I moved out. I didn't want to be. Do you know the lesbian? Do you know the joke? What does a lesbian bring to a first date? A toothbrush. What does she bring to a second date? A moving truck.
No, I don't know that joke at all.
Yeah, it's like a stereotype. And I met this girl, and I knew that I needed more time, but I had just started making money doing comedy. So I thought, I'm making money. It'll be fine. And then I spent probably all of my savings just trying to live not in my mom's house, making it in comedy. And then fortunately, when I kind of hit zero, I got another job.
Okay.
That's how comedy is. It's like you just try to survive until you get to the next thing,
Mm-hmm.
So, and then, but you had like a crew. You had like a crew with you.
Yeah, I mean, I've always loved working with people, even if I'm by myself on stage. And I did lots of videos too. So right now I'm famous as a comedian, but mostly as a YouTuber and Instagrammer.
That's
you say
how you
that
came up.
Yeah, exactly. And so at that time I had one, I don't remember how, but $10,000 to shoot a movie. And I had decided with my two friends, Mathieu and Ulysse, to go across the world and try comedy in Paris, in Canada, in New York City, and in Mumbai. in India, and we shot a documentary where I was trying some jokes everywhere in the world.
How'd you do in India?
I mean, it was nice, but we didn't have a production crew. We spent everything on the plane tickets.
Yeah.
At that time, so I was just doing creepy shows.
Sure. Yeah.
But it was amazing. I loved it. I stayed 10 days and I performed as much as I could. And
How were the audiences?
very nice. They love stand-up comedy there. To be honest with you, I went there with I wouldn't say racist, but with an idea of India, like, okay.
Maybe ignorant.
Yeah. Like the stand-up comedy doesn't have to be that developed there. And, as a French person, and I arrived and they were...
And people internationally, they love French people. You have a very good reputation.
Yeah.
I'm messing around.
No, but they hated us. They didn't care about us at all. And we met very, very famous comedians. And they didn't want to give us interviews, of course. And they had lots of money to do amazing comedy on YouTube. And so it was a good lesson of humility, because I thought I would be the best in stand-up comedy, and nobody cared about me. And they had a level 10 times better than mine.
But anyway, we're not, I say this at the beginning, we're not in the apartment, but we are having gay sex with Swann Périssé.
Yeah, it's very well said. She said it as if I am Italian, but it's Swann Périssé is said in French.
Okay, well, you did it right. I did it wrong. I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah, me too. I'm very happy.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of just, normally we do gay sex stories. I guess I'll talk a little bit about the tour, but interrupt me.
Yeah.
Like,
no
I don't care what we talk about.
Okay.
Okay. So usually I give like a gay sex story. I thought when I started this tour, in addition to I thought I was going to really fuck on this tour. I really thought I was going to be going to every single country. And Jen and I are open. We don't have other relationships, but we'll have sex with other people.
Yeah. Okay.
Is this weird for you?
No,
you're
it's not. I'm French.
Is everyone doing that?
Not at all. No.
Oh, okay.
Just me.
But
which is complicated because I need people to have sex with, but they're all in serious relationships.
Yeah. Well, just don't tell the other people.
Yeah.
Sorry. Well, I thought that's what was going to be happening. And then I also thought, because Jen and I sometimes will spend a couple days apart if she wants to go stay somewhere. Like she stayed in Berlin. And I thought, okay. And then I'm going to fuck some girls. I'm going to fuck some Danish girls. Because when I got to Denmark, I mean, have you been to Denmark?
Yeah, the women are amazing. Yeah, the
what
blonde,
the fuck is
big boobs? Yeah.
They're so beautiful.
They are so beautiful.
They're the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know when you see hot people working in a not hot place?
Yeah.
Like when we got to the airport and I went through customs and the people working the security are hot. I'm like, these people aren't supposed to be hot. Do you know what I mean?
They're supposed to be terrifying.
Right. Yeah. They're supposed to be the most, they're not, sorry guys, if you work at the airport, but traditionally not hot people.
Yeah.
But everyone was so hot. But the thing is that Jen and I got food poisoning when we arrived in Dublin, which is the least sexy thing that you could
have sex when you have food poisoning.
No, well, you can't.
No, because it's surprising. Anytime it happens, you think you're feeling better and then you're laying down and you're like, I shouldn't have done this.
And we were making each other vomit. Because, you'd get up in the middle of the night. One of us starts puking. The other one's like, well, now I gotta puke. And we haven't been well. You said that we might have some sort of parasite. Yeah. We haven't been well for 2 weeks. Are you feeling a little better now? I'm feeling like
I would
say
see
I'm
a doctor.
90.
I'm very shocked when I see your stories. We've been puking for 12 days. I'm like, just go see a doctor.
You don't understand.
It's free in Europe.
But we're from America, so we wait until our stomach is coming out of our mouths.
Well, here it's free.
Yeah, we probably should go. Yeah. But we didn't go.
You should.
So and
they're gonna test your poop.
What?
You're gonna have to go to laboratory.
Yeah.
Where a place and you're going to have to poop in a little glass.
But they'll do that quickly?
Yeah. And then test it and tell you
We don't have to go to a specialist?
I don't think so, no. Yeah.
They'll just test our poop anywhere?
So you'll go.
See, that's
you'll
freedom.
go to a doctor.
That is real. Americans, listen to this. If you're a politician, the ability to shit anywhere and have them test your shit, that's real
For
freedom.
free, yeah.
For free.
Yeah. That's the case in France. I don't know about London though. I don't think so. But you're coming to Paris in 2 days.
Yeah, we can go to the doctor
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what I want to do. We keep doing romantic things and we're physically ill. Like we're on a canal boat ride. You know, the two of us in Amsterdam.
And one of you is
passed
like
out under a blanket.
and
It's
one of
the-
you is like, I just shit myself.
Yeah, exactly. It has been the least romantic trip, the busiest trip. I mean, I'm having the time of my life. The shows are going insanely well, but I thought it was going to be the reverse.
Well,
I thought the shows
yeah.
were going to go okay.
yeah, and
then everything
sex
else would be
life,
great.
yeah. But that's interesting because I have a question because I'm doing my first tour of my life. I am touring France. I came
You're
here just
killing
to hang
it.
out with you. Thank you. And but that is true. And I also had
I love
this,
your confidence.
I also had this image of rock star touring.
Oh no.
And no, I'm just eating healthy. I have to sleep all the time because if I don't sleep, I am tired on stage.
Yeah.
Like you, I do sometimes 2 shows in a row,
Yeah.
and it means we are 3 hours on stage basically
Yes.
by per evening. And
then you're
it's
getting
not
there-
rock and roll at
You're
all.
getting that. No.
Yeah.
You're also, just for people who don't really get it, you're getting there at an hour, maybe 2 hours before the show even starts to
Also,
go through
I
all
have
the
a
things.
light set.
Right.
Do you? No, you don't.
Not as much, but
Yeah.
they still like me to.
Yeah.
I have two lights.
Okay.
Okay. You'll see tonight.
Well, France has a tradition of more theatrical shows,
Right.
And it's very French, but at the end of the show, there is a little sentimental piece. I mean, there are jokes, but it's kind of the moral of the story,
Yes.
blah, blah, blah.
I've been joking about this on stage. I have to say now, I know all of you guys are very thoughtful and the way you listen to me, but I need to tell you something. I'm not like other European comedians.
Yeah, I'm not going to...
I don't have a point.
Yeah. Yeah, and we have a point. I
Yeah,
have
you
a
guys-
point.
Well, I have small points.
Yeah.
Kind of. Have
Yeah,
you heard this phrase? You hide the vegetables in the mashed potatoes.
No, but I get it. Yeah.
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 That's like my show.
Yeah.
I never point them out.
Well, French people, they love it when at the end they understand the entire show, and
yeah.
there is a morality of the story, kind of.
Yes.
So I have lots of lights and stuff. So I travel with the guy who takes care of the lights. I don't know how it's called, the light designer, I
Yeah,
guess,
light
or
designer,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. And
designer.
I travel also with a friend of mine who is paid to make me comfortable, but he's always checking that I don't drink. And I mean, I asked him to do so. He's not like this annoying guy.
But then you get
getting-
mad at him?
Yeah. I mean, I just sleep and eat well and do sports, and I don't meet anybody. And the other night I performed, and at the end of the show, I was just chatting with some spectators, some guys who were
Yeah.
in the crowd. And I was like, okay, they look fun. And I invited them to have a drink with us, and they were super boring. And I'm just tired after the show. So it's not a sex life at all. I don't meet anybody. It's not sexy at all.
Well, when it
really.
does happen,
Yeah.
it's a bad idea. You shouldn't
Well, thank
do
you
it.
for sharing your experience. With
But
your
because the
experience.
next day, you're just a wreck.
Yeah.
I don't do it often.
Yeah.
But anytime I've slept with someone after the show, I mean, it's fun. But then the next day, as I'm getting on the plane, I'm like, why the fuck?
Yeah. Why would I do this?
Why
Yeah.
did you do
Yeah.
that?
Mhm.
It's never like a positive
Well, I'll
outcome
text
on
you
my.
if it happens to me and I touch wood. If I sleep with somebody, I'll text you the day after to tell me if I feel great or not.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it happens to you, I think. But it happened to me when I was in Paris.
Well, you sleep
Sometimes
with
I
men,
yeah, I sleep
so
with
it's
men.
more rare
Yeah, it's
because
more
men
rare.
don't love a funny, confident woman.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. My show has done more than 35,000 people. Seats, yeah, thank
Yeah.
you. And
Wow.
I
That's
mean,
do you realize how many people that is?
no, I don't.
It's a stadium. It's a stadium of people. That's a big stadium.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So, and I don't stay when the crowd is huge, but when it's small venues, I go and speak
Yeah,
with
you
people
talk to
afterwards.
people. Yeah.
And there is not one guy who comes by himself. There are just girls or girls with their boyfriends.
Yes.
And
Well,
there
me
are,
too.
yeah.
And the boyfriends are not happy.
This is amazing. And the only guys
You have a great laugh.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. It has become my signature on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I arrive on
people
stage.
love to see people
and I laugh and I'm
joy.
like, oh, maybe you're not aware of this. If you don't laugh at my jokes, I'll take care of it. And so that's usually my first joke, or when people don't know me, I'm like, and everybody breathes, because there is this fear when somebody is on stage that he's not going to be funny.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm going to be funny. I make myself laugh. Yeah. And I don't care about you. I'm just enjoying my time.
I say that sometimes when the audience is a little bit like,
you're like,
I know how good I am. You don't have to worry.
Exactly. I love that joke. You're just not smart enough to get it.
Exactly.
So
someone understands me. Thank you.
Yeah.
I hate these fucking people that are like, well, if it were funny, we'd be laughing.
Yeah.
No, you're stupid.
Yeah.
You're in a bad mood.
It's just going to be a
Something
podcast
weird
with
happened to
two
you.
arrogant women just sending flowers to each other. I don't know if you say that, sending flowers.
I understand, yeah.
So I was saying, the only guys that come to see me by themselves, they're so creepy, man.
Yeah.
They're just... They arrive like this and they're like, hi, I like your show. And I'm like, oh my God. And I work with a guy who, his name is Lorenzo. And he's here. So he's the guy who is paid to make me comfortable, basically. And he's always there, when I take pictures with people to check that nothing is weird. And anytime I glare at him, I look at him and he looks at me. That's
really nice.
Yeah, and he stays with me because those guys are so creepy. I don't know.
That's really great.
Don't the hot guys come to see me after my show? Because they're impressed, I think. Yeah, they're scared.
Yes,
I make fun of men a lot on stage, so
yeah,
I think they're terrified.
Yeah. Do you think, because there are stereotypes about like French men, that they're especially misogynistic? Do you think that's true?
Well, I did not remember that cliche because I haven't traveled.
Jen? Like, I feel like at least womanizing, like they cheat.
Yeah, they cheat. There is this, but I haven't traveled forever. It's a shame. I should. But, no, the thing is, it's terrible because, for example, the Me Too movement, you call that the Me Too movement, in France, almost nobody went to jail. There is a very, very famous actor. His name is Gérard Depardieu. I talk about him in the show. And, there was a documentary on TV recently, and it shows that, 14 women sued him for a rape, and there are images of him sexually harassing women around him, etc. He's not risking anything. He's not going to go to jail. He's not risking anything. Like, the justice won't punish men unless you prove that the rape happened.
Right.
And sometimes, for example, recently,
it's
a comedian who is called Harry Habitant was accused of. I'm sorry for the details.
No. We talk about all different types of topics.
So the woman went to the hospital, the police hospital, the day after. They could see that she was bleeding from her asshole.
Oh my god!
And she said, "This guy put a champagne bottle in my ass." They could prove and see the blood on the sheets, and the guy was didn't have any problem. I mean, there was a lawsuit, but he won because they were like, we couldn't prove that she wouldn't agree.
It's like the weirdest.
It's the cliche, It's the proof.
Yeah,
she went immediately.
She got everything.
Yeah,
the perfect. Quote unquote. Yeah, the perfect victim where you have all the things lined up. Yeah. I mean, it's like that in the U.S. too, though. Yeah, because I don't think.
Well, but we have the image of Weinstein going to jail and stuff. We don't have that example.
Took so many women.
Yeah,
that took because most of them were just lawsuits, and I think only one went to criminal court.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, like it just takes.
Is it because of money? He gives money.
I think a lot of it is just statute of limitations.
Okay.
Which means like how long you can wait before you can.
Okay.
The good news is in a lot of states, because of the Me Too movement, they've removed statute of limitations because they've learned that victims, it's so hard to have a fucking champagne bottle shoved up your ass, and then the first thing you're going to do is go to a bunch of people who are going to question you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
going to say, oh, did this really
so
happen?
I don't know if that happens in the US. I guess so. But in France, lots of women don't sue because they're terrified because they're going to be questioned, that they're going to be called liars, etc. And contrary to the US, I mean, that's the image that I have in mind. Even victims that win their lawsuit, they win maybe 2,000 euros or nothing.
Right, exactly.
So they don't do that for money. Because,
so it's like, why are you...
Yeah, why would they do that?
If this person's not going to go to jail.
Yeah.
And prevent...
Yeah, you're not going to earn money. The person is not going to go to jail. You're going to be shamed and humiliated. Everybody's going to say in the media that you're a liar.
Yeah.
So women don't sue.
No, it's the same thing here. Listener, are you listening to our Patreon exclusive You're Having Gay Sex? Well, here's a sneak peek of what you missed last week.
I got up to get a snack and had an absolutely brutal fucking pain in the nether regions. There was a very long hair hanging down from me cooch. I grabbed said hair and pulled on it, assuming it was just resting there, but nay! As I pulled the hair further and further, it started to feel sharp and tight, and then the hair fucking snapped. Upon further investigation, I saw that the hair was wrapped and tied in a literal knot around my labia minora, which was now turning purple.
Oh my God! There are 4 bonus episodes a month of this series, You're Having Gay Sex, on our Patreon at the $10 tier, and then 2 at the $5 tier. Patreon.com/WHGS. Not on topic, but I just remembered what I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Jen and I, 2 days ago, we finally both woke up and I said, "Are you feeling sick?" Because I'm not feeling sick. She was like, "I'm not feeling sick."
Wow.
And we knew
Congratulations.
this was our moment. We hadn't had sex in like 2.5 weeks. I don't even remember how long it had been. And I swear to, so we started up, you know, we were having a good time messing around. And I thought, what time is checkout? Because we have to go to London, you know? And I called downstairs. No one's picking up the fucking phone. I called 3-4 times, you know, like when you're a woman, there's like a horniness window.
Yeah.
If you pause for too long, you're going to think of something.
You have not to be sick. You have not to be on your period. It depends for who, but you have to be in the mood.
You have to be in the mood. And I get really stressed out about time. Do you get stressed out about time?
No, but I get it when you're touring. It's a fiasco if you don't arrive on time at your show. And we can't be late.
Right. No, you can't be late.
Hundreds of people are waiting. You can't be late.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're messing around. No one's picking up the phone. So Jen Googles it. We find out we have to check out at 11. We look. It's 11:30.
Oh.
So we throw the. We're like, okay, we'll do it really fast. Yeah. So I ran to the door and I put on my do not disturb, and the walls are they're paper thin. This is a very bad hotel. Bad hotel. You can hear fucking everything. And the guy comes and knocks on the door and he says housekeeping, and I just lied. I was like, we have a late checkout, and I just fully lied. And we it's very anticlimactic, but we just had to end up using the vibrator to get us out of there quickly, because they started calling too.
Oh no, they wanted to kick you out.
Yeah,
they didn't leave you like 15 minutes. This is so sad.
You need the sex courtesy call.
Yeah.
If they call and you don't pick up the phone, you give them 15 minutes. Of course. Yeah, but it's very sad gay sex, but that is my gay sex from this week. But we did it. We finally did it. And
congratulations.
Yeah. But did you have gay sex this week?
I did not have gay sex this week.
Have you had gay sex?
I have. When I was 20, 21, 22, I had 2 girlfriends, kind of.
Yeah.
And then I...
At the same time?
No.
Okay.
No. I had a story in the US, actually, with a girl named Sarah. And it lasted a few months. I loved her and she loved me. It was nice. But she was my best friend, you know.
Well,
whatever.
Yeah,
that is not the story I wanted to say.
No, wait. That's a classic. That's another classic, like, American stereotype. We're best. I love my best friend. I'm in love with my best friend.
Well, what did I say recently in Instagram story? People were like, "Are you heterosexual or are you bisexual?" And I just said, "I'm bisexual, but for organization reasons, I haven't had sex with a woman forever." And it was just lesbians who laughed, and the other ones were like, my community is very woke. They were like, "What do you mean? It's so weird that you're saying this." And what I meant is like, I wouldn't know how to date them. I wouldn't know how to flirt with them.
Yeah, we don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
We ask any lesbian. There's a we call it useless lesbianism. Sometimes, lesbians will get mad at me for calling them out, but like they're too scared to even ask a woman out.
Yeah.
So many of them are they're terrified.
Yeah. And if I'm not sure if I want to go there, and if it doesn't happen, it's just too complicated. I have sex with a guy once every 2 months, so I can't imagine having sex with a girl. Is the way that for organizations reasons.
Yes. Yeah. No, it's true. Like Jen, I know Jen's bisexual, and it's for women. She has to be on the apps because it's just too hard to find a woman in the wild.
Yeah. Okay. I get it.
Especially I think when you're feminine.
Yeah.
Because no one is assuming that you're
that you're gay.
I
get it.
Now I'm a predator. I assume everyone's gay. At least for me.
This is terrifying.
It is. It's a problem for society. No, but I just don't worry about it.
I think
because if someone's offended, what's the big deal? That's their fucking problem.
I think when I open for you tomorrow, in 2 days in Paris, I think you'll tell me if it's okay. But I think one of my jokes will be, everybody's wondering, did Ashley and you had sex a while ago, etc. Nobody wonders, but that's funny to say it.
Yeah,
nobody wonders that. And I would like to say, no, Ashley and I, we never had sex. Ashley never hit it on me. Like she never was interested. It's kind of upsetting, I think I will watch you off stage and I'd be like, what the fuck though? I don't know how to write it down, but
we'll get it.
Yeah, we'll get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So my gay story is that one. So
not Sarah, a different girl.
Yeah.
Or a different person.
I think so. I've been single for 8 months actually, and
congrats.
Thank you.
Also, the light shining on you during your
at the moment
just
where
came
I said,
out.
Oh!
Yeah.
And so recently I've been
keep going.
Yeah. I've had a lover recently. I don't know how to
like a hookup.
No, I sleep with him sometimes.
No, he's French.
Yeah.
Jen goes, she's French. It's different.
I don't know.
For
how
you
to call
guys, it's
him.
beautiful.
I call him a lover.
When a guy comes on your face, that's a lover. It's not a friend with benefits. It's not just some guy, It's not a frat bro. It's a lover.
I call him a lover, but I guess in your twisted mind, it's a friend with benefits, and he's very into.
I would literally never think to call any of the girls that I hooked up with regularly a lover.
Why?
I think if I did that, people would cancel me again.
Why?
I don't know.
I say lovers.
What is that?
I say Amour in French. Yeah.
Why can't we say that?
What do you say?
Because it's just not
when
romantic. It's like
when you have people you sleep with, you like them, they're your friend.
A friend with benefits. Right? A situation.
Okay. Well, I have a situation with a guy. But it seems like he's problematic. It's weird to say that. Whatever, my lover.
No, that's really funny. I have a situation with a guy. I can't stop fucking him. It's really a problem.
Yeah,
I don't want to fuck him, but I have to. It's a situation that I'm trapped in.
So
we're legally bound to each other to fuck. We got into a kind of an unfortunate legal battle. There's a contract. I have to keep fucking him.
Exactly.
A lover. I love that.
So my lover is very into several people sex. How do you say that? Libertinage?
Oh.
Libertine, like having sex with lots of people.
Like at this everyone in the same room?
Yeah.
Orgies.
Not orgies, because foursomes.
Because that's not romantic.
Foursomes to start, and maybe orgies later.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Okay. So I've noticed, and it destroys my heart, but it's very complicated to organize. So I've been trying to have
to organize a foursome.
Yeah, I've been trying to have a foursome forever now. I mean, for 3 months, but I'm touring all the
For
time.
3 months.
Yeah,
That's not forever.
Yeah,
I've
that's not
never had a
forever.
foursome.
Yeah, because
I
you
had
don't
a threesome once, and it was I was barely involved.
Well, I had a foursome, but I was very young, and now I want a real foursome because I know how to make sex. You know, I know how.
You're better at it now. Yeah.
And I can't organize that. First of all, I can't organize a date with people I've already had sex with. And I've noticed that it's complicated. I've noticed also that the guys I sleep with and they want me to sleep with other people and I want to sleep with other people, they're expecting me to organize this because I'm famous and I think that after my shows, everybody wants to sleep with me. And everybody wants to lick my pussy wherever, which is not happening at all, unless the guys who are coming to me and be like, Swann, please, can we sleep together?
No, you can't bring that guy to the orgy.
No.
That guy ruins the orgy.
So I'm so sad because I'm single and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm going to have lots of foursomes. It's going to be so hot. I can do orgies, blah, blah, blah. And it's not because I don't have the time. I'm tired. I have to tour all around France. So I just wanted to complain about the fact that being single needs a lot of organization.
It does.
And I can't
It's true,
have
though.
foursomes.
It actually is true.
I partied with 3 people and then it's the end of my story. I partied with 3 people.
No, I need more. I have questions.
A couple. Where? Well, I'll answer questions. But it's a couple. So a guy and
Also,
a girl.
there's no rush. You take your time.
Okay. The guy and the girl are super friends. They're super hot. I love them. We get along. We need to have sex. Like,
Absolutely.
They love me. I love them. And a third friend. I mean, we were 4 of us. We partied
Why does
all
it need
night.
to be 4? Isn't 3
I
okay?
don't- 3 is very fine. But I don't know. We were 4. We were partying, and I invited them, and one of them said no. And because he's dating another person, the other person said no. And then I had sex with one person, which is so sad,
When 2 people are linked, that's what makes it
so boring,
right. That's
and complicated.
But it can be like because my threesome, the 2 girls were on their first date, and I liked that because like I don't want to have a threesome with Jen. I think we'd be too upset.
Yeah,
I understand their perspective. But it can be fun when you're the star.
Yeah,
You know.
Yeah.
You're the special guest.
yeah, I love that.
Okay. Wait, I have a question. So, are there 2 men who are willing? They want you to organize it.
Yeah,
That's what you said.
yeah.
Who are these people waiting to have this foursome with you?
Well, apparently they are nobody.
Oh, okay.
No. One of them, my regular lover.
Oh, your
wants
regular
that.
lover.
Yeah.
He's in. He wants to have
He
a foursome.
wants that.
Yeah.
And sometimes he texts me at night because he's crazy. He's crazy about sex. He loves sex. He's a crazy lover. It's kind of exhausting. I have when we had sex, I
Your
was like,
life
"What
is
the
so
fuck?"
hard, Swann. It is so hard to be a touring, just a star in France with all your lovers who constantly text you about having sex. You poor thing.
No. Let me. Look.
Your assistant needs to
Hear
get you
this
some
story.
water.
Hear me out. Here's that story. So we have sex. I thought we would have bad heterosexual sex. The sex was amazing. When he left, I was like, what the fuck? So that was amazing. And since he has texted me every night and he's like, what are you doing, little whore? Are you, have you met somebody going out of your shows? And I'm like, I'm making myself a soup because my life is so boring. I eat vegetables all the time and I'm eating graine de chiala. I don't know how to say that in
What is it?
yeah,
What is it?
I'm cutting some fruits for the day after. And it's just like, are you
meal
masturbating?
prepping. You're meal prepping.
Yeah. Are you sucking a guy in the toilet? I'm like, no, I'm just doing my abs. You know? I'm so boring for him. And
I'm checking email.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you
I'm
doing?
accounting stuff. So yeah, I've realized that
So he
in
wants
my head
this.
it's what?
So he wants
He
this.
wants this, and I want it too, but I don't want to organize it. I want it to happen like that.
Yeah.
And
it won't.
But well, tell me how
It
to do
will
it.
not.
Jen, tell me how to do it.
Oh, Jen actually does know. You want to make a guest appearance? Why haven't you told this story on the pod? You don't want the people to know?
Maybe it's personal.
Jen is sort of an expert.
Okay.
Jen has done this a lot.
Do you have
Whatever number you think it is, more.
Do you have
people
to go
and
on,
occurrences?
Do you have to go on dating apps and stuff?
No. Look at her.
Are you gonna give me advices? Please help me.
She's gonna give you advices.
No, I used to see a couple sometimes.
I wish I could do that.
Oh God.
I want to do that.
Alex, don't tell Brad. Yeah, I used to go. The girl was on the dating app and she was like so pretty, and then she was like, "Teehee, I have a boyfriend," which usually I hate, but she was pretty enough that I let it go.
Actually, Swann, this is it. This is what you need to do.
So I go on a dating app.
You need to go on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Do not get mad. Lesbians, everybody, don't get mad at me. She's going to do it the right way. So lesbians hate when there's a woman on a dating app looking to invite a third, or in your case, a fourth or a fifth or a sixth, or in Jen's case, an 18th, a 19th, a 20th. Yeah. We hate this. But I think if you're very clear about it, if you put in your profile, I am only on here because I'm having the best sex of my life with a man, and we're looking for a third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh.
Okay.
I think if you do that and you're just honest and you're straightforward about it, a woman
will... But I
will...
can't put my face, can I? Because I'm famous.
Well, you're talking about it right now.
Yeah. That's true.
This is a very popular podcast.
Listener, 2 of my favorite activities take place on a Helix mattress. You already know what one of them is. The other is sleep. Sleep is a huge part of my mental health, and getting the best sleep of my life on a Helix has made such a big difference in my mood. Now, the reason I'm getting such great sleep on my Helix is because it's personalized for me. I went to helixsleep.com/gaysex and I took their sleep quiz. I put in all the things that I suffer with, like my lower back pain and how I sleep, like on my stomach, but sometimes on my side. And they give me a perfect mattress just for me. And it's shipped straight to my door, free of charge. And if you're worried about trying out your mattress, don't. There's a 100-night free trial and a 10 to 15-year warranty to try out your new Helix mattress. So no matter what you got going on, they've got something for you. They have models that come with memory foam to relieve pressure on your body if you're a side sleeper, but they also have models with a more responsive foam to cradle your body for essential support in stomach and back sleeping positions too. So no matter what you got going on, Helix has you covered. Helix is offering up to 30% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners. Go to helixsleep.com/gaysex. That's helixsleep.com/gaysex. This is their best offer yet, and it won't last long. With Helix, better sleep starts now.
Also, I'm sorry, it goes back to a very obscure stuff and very serious stuff. But right now there is a MeToo stand-up in France.
Yeah.
And a comedian is accused by several women of raping them.
Yeah.
And one of them I kind of testified publicly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, saying that he tried to rape me, actually.
Oh my God, Swann.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. And I know he's going around showing sex SMS that I sent to him
to try and say that
look Swann loves sex. She's not the kind of girl we could rape. And I'm like, you don't need to show the text that I sent you for people to know that I love sex. You could watch any of my videos, hear any of my podcasts where I'm like shouting out loud to the world, I love anal. Like you can't slut shame me.
I slut shame myself.
Yeah, I've been slut shaming myself for 4 years now.
I'm so sorry that happened to you.
No, it's fine.
We should have him killed.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's intense, but we should have him punished. And yeah.
What's the timeline on the?
Well, the thing,
if you don't mind my asking.
No, it's okay. It's okay. The thing is,
can you talk about this?
Because I can talk about this because I'm not going to say the names. But basically, recently, a female comedian made a video and she said, I've received lots of messages talking about some comedians. Please send me messages if you've been sexually assaulted or raped by one of these guys. And she said, I know I am risking a lot, but please send messages. And
Good for her.
about one guy, she received like 40 messages,
God.
40 testimonies. I don't know if if you say testimonies, but women who said they've been women who said he's tried to read them, etc., etc. And so there are some journalists that
Good.
that are looking into it, and there are some papers going out about him and stuff. And I know this guy and other guys are not allowed to perform in comedy clubs anymore, and they are showing
that's
sex.
different than the US.
Yeah. Yeah, they are showing texts, and they're like, "This girl loves sex. Look," or "This girl did
the
this
comedy
video."
clubs?
Yeah. They're trying to prove they're innocent, showing that those girls love sex, which is we can be right and like sex, you know.
The
It's
ego.
terrible. Yeah.
Not to like turn it into a bit, but the ego behind. If you cook for someone,
Yeah.
and you make them a bad meal,
Yeah.
they're like, I don't want to eat
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean they don't like food.
Food. Oh, that's the best bit. Can I keep it? Yeah. Also, I was talking about a friend, and she was like, "I love apple pie. I love apple pie. It doesn't mean that anybody can put an apple pie in my mouth and in every corner, you know." I thought it was interesting, so I'm writing some jokes about it. Yeah.
I mean, I know this happens because I have someone who I'm quite close to who went through, something horrible, and I know that they question you, but it's actually amazing that they think that is a valid argument.
Also, it drives me crazy,
especially because it's not even about them. It's just sex generally.
Yeah. Also, some of these guys are claiming that they love rough sex and it's not their fault, blah, blah, blah. I love rough sex. And I never complain about anybody I have rough sex with.
Right.
But rapists. I'm like, well...
Because that's not rough sex.
Yeah, it's not consent. It's an aggression. It's an assault, you know?
Yeah. Because the definition of rough sex is consensual.
Yeah. I have lots of rough sex. I never tell anybody about this rough sex because it's never problematic. I never get out of the room thinking, oh, it was too violent or it was weird.
Right.
And even when it was very violent. You know?
Well, and the idea is that when you're having rough sex with a partner, if it gets too rough, you have the opportunity to say to that person,
of course,
oh, I didn't like that. And then they'll be like, oh, okay, I'll stop doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's like this inherent trust.
Exactly. Okay, so just to come back to Jen. Give her the mic.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Wow.
No, you were about to tell me. I know.
What?
We have the conclusion.
Huh?
Well, you told me how to do it. Sorry, I had to.
Yeah, you should get on Hinge.
Yeah.
I think that's what you should do. I think you should go on an app.
Okay.
Do you have Field here or in Paris?
Yes, we do.
Field would be a good place.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
In this.
We have that.
It's pretty freaky.
Yeah.
But I think there's a whole class of threesome. And look, you might have to search for a while.
Yeah.
But I believe in you.
Thank you.
I think you can
I'll
do
let you
anything. You'll have to come back to me. Usually we have 3 people on the podcast. So for the last 15 minutes, usually there's a third person telling a story.
Okay. Are you sad that we're just the two of us?
No, I'm not sad about it. I'm just letting you know, timing wise, I'm used to a certain rhythm.
Okay.
If you feel me slowing down a little bit.
It's okay. It's okay.
I kind of want to ask you about like Sarah or
Sarah?
Do you have a type?
I don't like
Swann, I don't know whether or not. Okay, I'm just going to do it.
Okay.
I was a little bit in love with you when we met.
I know.
Okay.
I mean, I know.
Sorry, Jen, are you okay? Okay.
Oh my God, I'm going to be kicked out of this room. Yeah, I know. I mean, we had a connection.
Yeah.
Of
But
course.
I was in this like, I was in this really bad off again, on again relationship.
Yeah.
And you know what was so crazy is she was having sex. We had broken up and she was seeing someone else pretty seriously.
Yeah.
I realized. But like, I knew I was going to see her.
Mm.
Like we were there in the summer and we met towards the end of the summer, I think.
Yeah.
Because I knew I was going to see her in October.
Yeah.
But maybe it was like August.
Mm-hmm.
And you were going back.
Yeah, I was going back.
And like nothing.
Also, I was never by myself. I was I mean, when I came back from the documentary, I was with my crew.
Yeah, and I
I
lived
think,
with my
yeah.
mom.
What? Yeah.
And I lived with my mom. But I was
Yeah,
like,
I don't. Look, the last time I was attracted to a girl, it was so funny. You can relate, maybe, girls, but so I was attracted to her. We got along. She's super famous. She never answers my text because she's super famous. And anytime I see her, I text her at the last minute. I'm like, "What are you doing tomorrow night?" And I actually have a train going back to the south of France because I live in the south of France. And she's like, "Oh, I'm free." So I cancel my train. I hang out with her. We drink wine, like 3 glasses. It's like midnight. Then I bring her to an Italian restaurant. We look at each other in the eyes. It's super romantic. She comes to my place. I have
Swann, you're describing lesbianism.
Yeah. We eat cereals in my bed watching a movie, but nothing sexual happens.
Why don't you make a move?
Because it's not there.
What do you mean it's not there? You're
It's
a
not
pussy.
there.
You're a fucking pussy.
No, I can see that she really thinks I'm her sister or best friend.
No.
Yes.
Listener, write in. Tell Swann that she's fucking wrong.
Yeah.
No. Is she straight?
She's super straight.
No. Swann.
She is super
No.
straight. I mean, she flirts with people, but she doesn't. Sometimes she flirts with me in public, and then when we're the both of us,
Because
super
it's
friendly.
scary. Because she doesn't want to confront it.
Yeah, but what am I gonna do? I'm scared too.
Put your fucking hand on her. Put your hand on her fucking arm. Touch her arm.
But then I'm gonna be terrified. Don't touch me!
Sorry.
I'm joking.
I'm gonna
But
get
I'm
me
gonna
too.
be awkward, and she's gonna be awkward, and it's gonna be awkward
Yeah,
forever.
for a minute, and then you're gonna fuck, and then she will be your lover.
Do you think I should do that? Okay,
Yeah,
maybe
I do.
if I catch her in a few months, I'll
Jen,
do that.
don't you think that girl is probably a little bit gay?
Maybe.
Don't ruin this for me.
Also, she keeps dating creepy guys, and I'm just like, I'm waving
Is she
for
very
the audio
feminine?
guys. She's young, and I don't want to be one of her creepy lovers.
Oh, she's
I
a
think
little-
we're gonna
okay.
have a love affair in a few years.
You're gonna let that build up for a while.
Yeah.
Till you like.
I have time. You know what? I mean, you have a girlfriend, so it's not the same. But you know what? When I've discovered, because I'm 33, you're 36, so you understand what
Yes,
I'm
I'm
going to say.
ancient as well.
I have started.
I can't wait.
I have started flirting with guys
Yeah.
who are in a relationship,
Yeah.
but I know in a few years they won't be anymore.
You put the long game. The fucking long game.
Yeah,
You
I'm-
have. I think as a
I know.
single straight woman,
I know.
you almost have to, because the number
I'm
of good
putting my
vibes,
pion.
the number of good guys available
Yeah.
is probably so small. You just one
Yeah.
harmless flirt.
Yeah, I am.
One harmless flirt. People are going to disagree with me, but I think one harmless flirt, and then just be like,
I have time.
when you're available,
yeah,
I will
I'll
be here.
be there. I do that all the time. I do that to at least 3 guys whom I love. I love them. I think they're amazing. And I've imagined
Sounds like
my
a good
life
foursome.
with them. I feel like I am knitting
Yeah.
a huge blanket, and I'm just at the beginning. I'm like, how is your girlfriend? But I'm not gonna make them cheat on them.
You're not
No.
gonna cross any lines.
I'm not flirting. I'm not kissing them. I'm not offering sex, but I'm there. I'm great.
You're waiting.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
If you were a man, people
That would
might.
be so
It'd
creepy.
be really creepy.
But I'm not a man.
But you're not a man. It's true. No, I felt that way. Oh my God. Around the same time, there was this girl that I was so sure she would not end up with this guy. They had been dating for years and years. I was in love with this woman. I was like so into her. She worked at this place where I worked, and I didn't want to cross any lines because I worked with her and like all this stuff. And I was just waiting. I was just waiting. I planted all this
In the shadow, like
almost
that.
yeah. In the they're having like a beautiful Italian dinner, and I'm just in the
Hi
corner of the
there.
restaurant. Hey, but like I was just waiting, and I remember they went to France.
Also,
And I was like, oh, fuck.
yeah.
They're going to get engaged.
Yeah.
They're going to get engaged
Did they,
in Paris.
Did they
yeah.
get engaged?
They're still together. Do you know,
Oh.
I Googled this guy. Do you know what I found online? Do you know the game backgammon?
No.
They live in Florida.
First of all.
Yeah. And
End
they
of the
live
story.
there because he inherited a family business from his dad
Mhm.
to work on so
Boring
Swann's
stuff.
so boring.
Yeah.
Just the most boring thing you can fucking imagine.
Okay.
And I Googled him a few weeks ago because I was like, I wonder if they worked out. Like, I wonder if that marriage is still. But it's the type of people they will never leave each other. You know what I mean?
yeah.
No matter how boring. And I don't
Yeah.
think they fight. I think it's just boring.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, people want boring lives, you know. You can judge them for that. My life is not boring, but it's
I
so
think they're
intense.
long distance still. I don't know what they're doing. I don't understand it. But I Googled him
Yeah.
and I found online he's a competitive
Game gamer.
backgammon. No, backgammon. Do you know backgammon?
No.
It's like checkers.
Oh. Yeah, that's not hot.
And it's so not hot.
We're
It-
judging him.
It
for him.
was. I know.
Poor
I feel
thing.
bad, but
boring.
it was-
playing. We're awful people.
I'm like, are you playing this in Florida with 80-year-old men?
Uh,
How can a beautiful, smart, funny woman end up with a guy like
well,
that?
it's because love is not just about sex and having fun. It's also
Yes,
about
it is.
no. It's also about family and stuff.
I know.
And but I would.
And for some people,
I would like to add. Sorry.
that's the most. They really prioritize. I think prioritizing stability emotionally, I understand, but they prioritize financial stability and their family liking this guy and you getting along with the family.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't think we can judge people. We don't know what's happening.
Well, that's very
in
nice of you. I'm going to judge
their
them.
heart. Yeah, I
Or
understand.
I'm going to judge
Also-
them right now, but if then
Yeah.
I'll apologize.
I will just.
Later.
I would like to add something when I say I wait for some guys because I feel like it's just creepy, and I would
Everyone
like to
knows
know
you're
if you.
joking.
Yeah, but I would like to know if no, because I'm not joking that much. I mean,
But you're
that's
not
true.
doing anything
Yeah, yeah.
to interfere with the
what I
relationship.
would like to say, and it's important to me, and I think you would understand. I deeply love them, and I want them to be happy.
Yes.
You know, it's just that I know we would be happy if they would choose this. You know,
Yeah.
I know we would have a great story, a great love story if they were single. But I want them to be happy. You know.
Yeah.
And I know they would be happier with me than. I'm joking.
No, I know.
That's a joke, but I hope it's gonna work out with your girlfriend. But if it doesn't, I know we're gonna rock at this. It's gonna be amazing. Whatever.
French
but I
people are
frankly
really
love them.
That is really.
Yeah, I love them.
You just have
yeah.
a way of speaking that's
Yeah.
so
French.
romantic. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really romantic. Are
Yeah.
you getting? Are you picking up on it, Jen?
Oh, the lover thing was enough.
She said the lover thing was enough.
It's interesting. It's interesting to go to all these different countries and talk with these different people. And I'm hearing about their gay sex stories too, because I talk to the audience.
Yeah.
It's really amazing. Just I don't know, to be able to experience this in different places and hear the different way people talk about it. It's been really a gift.
Isn't it just about love at the end, or is it cheesy to say that?
No, of course.
It's about
yeah.
love. Because, okay, here is my theory. Because sex has a bad image, it's sometimes seen as filthy, or people who love sex are bizarre, have problems or troubles.
Sure.
And I think it's just a very easy way to connect with people.
I agree.
Yeah.
I told you a little bit about this at the cafe. I was a super monogamous person. Very I couldn't even imagine being in the type of relation. I mean, I have not talked about this much on the podcast, but I just couldn't even imagine this life. If you had told me this was going to be my life, I'd be like, wait, I have a podcast about being a huge slut and I'm in an open relationship and she's having orgies with 19 other people and I'm not jealous.
Maybe she does not
Maybe
agree for you to
we
say
don't
that.
really know because she won't come on the podcast and talk about it. But she's laughing, by the way, listeners. But now that I've had more casual sex, I think the part that people who judge it a little bit don't realize is it's an incredibly fast way to build,
to get close
to someone. And
intimacy.
you have this, intimacy. You have this really, you just know someone really well for a second, and there's something really beautiful about that.
Yeah. The other night I had a one night stand. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
No, but I haven't spoken English in
You're doing
years.
a great job. You're doing a really, really good job.
I feel like I'm getting better. Because 3 hours ago I was like, hello, Ashley. How are you doing? And so I had a one night stand with a guy, and it was, I don't know, it was amazing. It was, so the sex was very nice. It was cute, not crazy sex, but he fell asleep on me, and he kept putting his face on my face to sleep as if I was a pillow. I know it seems uncomfortable, but it was so cute. And I was like, okay, we're in love. Tonight we're in love tonight, And the day after we were not in love anymore.
Right.
And it was okay.
Yeah.
And we were still friends, but we were in love. I don't know how to say it.
I totally understand.
Yeah.
I think that kind of talk is sort of frowned upon a little bit. I don't know if it is in France because you guys are so romantic, but you're having this chemical reaction.
Yeah.
It is happening.
Yeah.
It is real.
Yeah.
Of course, you're not going to put in the work that a relationship takes to
Of
develop
course.
that deep love, that really deep, real, I will die for you type of love. But something really special is happening.
Yes.
And it's not just lust. It's a different thing.
Yeah.
And it's really fun.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people are, I don't know. The slut phase was so good for me.
Yeah.
I would never tell anybody to be in an open relationship or do something that they don't want to do. But as someone who is afraid, kind of afraid of being a slut, being a slut was so good for me.
Yeah.
Really, I learned a lot about myself and other people from doing it.
Yeah.
So
I've always been a slut, so.
Congratulations.
Thank
Well,
you.
I think we're at time.
Yeah.
Unless,
It was so nice.
It was so nice. Are you working on anything that you want to plug? You don't need my help. This will
You mean
not be helpful for you.
You mean jokes or?
No, I just mean projects that you want people to know about.
Ah.
Or if you want to write some jokes.
If you are French, if you live in France, you can see me in Paris in the Theater Edouard 7. Théâtre Edouard 7 in September. It's a 700 seats venue, and I will perform there twice a week for 4 months.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But when I perform...
Oh my God. That is crazy.
But do you know that I did 1,500 seats a week in Paris for 3 months?
That is a week?
Yeah. It's crazy.
You sold them all out.
Yeah. That's crazy.
My nipples are hard.
But I've never toured Europe.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
That is insane.
Yeah. It's crazy. I'm so happy. It's great. And I can't wait to work on new material.
6,000 seats, 18,000 seats.
Yeah.
Just about. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Well, Swann, this was lovely.
Thank you, Ashley.
It's really, great. I admire you so much.
Me too. I admire you so much.
I admire you more.
Me more.
Well, thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Okay, now if you don't go follow her, I will fucking kill you.
Swann Périssé. Good luck to write that down.
Listener, thank you for listening. Thank you for being a patron. If you have thought, if this Patreon, listen, if you're listening regularly, if you're coming back here once a month, maybe consider giving us $1. Is it worth $1 to you? Am I worth anything to you? Patreon.com/WHGS. And my tour dates are Spokane, Washington, Appleton, Wisconsin. Gay thought. Alex is reading the gay news and I am reacting, which is a fantastic bit idea, Alex. Really smart.
Thank you.
No problem.
Damn.
There's not a lot of gay news, is there?
It all kind of becomes the same at some point.
Wait, can you give me another example?
I mean, a ton of it is just related to like schools and trans
What are they saying?
Florida principal and staffers to resume responsibilities after trans athlete probe.
Trans athlete probe sounds like a porn.
It does. Monarch High School was fined after state officials said a transgender student was allowed to play on a girls' volleyball team for 2 seasons in violation with Florida law.
Thank you to that school. Just first of all, thank you, school, for letting the kid play. She deserves to play. Like, I don't even care about the science of it. What percentage of these kids are actually altering the outcomes of games? Like, these kids, for the most part, none of them are good. They're not good. So who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
It's not about them winning or losing. No one cares.
Yeah.
They suck. These kids suck at sports. Just let them suck on the other team. Who gives a shit? And by the way, in the team events, there's all these other factors that you can't evaluate the one impact of one player. And in the non-team events, if your kid is that good, their number will still be whatever it is. The trans kid is not going to prevent your kid from running slower or faster. Okay, maybe they'll get a silver medal instead of a gold medal. Let's say that happens. But guess what? If they're still really fucking fast, that number is still going to be low. They'll still get their fucking scholarship. So can you fucking calm down? So if you really love the game and for some reason you think trans athletes are going to beat your kid into the ground, maybe say to your kid, why are you worse than a trans person? Ever think about that, Republican?
Ooh.
Maybe motivate your kid by being like, why did you get the shit kicked out of you by a trans person? That might have been too far.